Alex was in the middle of pressure washing his driveway on a sweltering afternoon when Victoria Hayes, the HOA vice president, marched up like she owned the place. She demanded he let her through the access road behind his property, insisting it was a community shortcut everyone used. Alex stood his ground, hose in hand, water dripping from his gloves. "This is my private road," he said firmly. "It's on my deed, and the county confirmed it years ago. I'm putting up a gate so no more shortcuts." Victoria's face twisted in fury. She threatened lawsuits, fines, even getting the board involved, before storming off in her pristine SUV, leaving Alex shaking his head at the audacity. The road had always been a point of contention. Back when the neighborhood was new, folks cut through it to shave off a few minutes. But legally, it was Alex's deeded private property with a county notice to prove it. He hadn't minded at first, but the constant traffic wore him down, especially with kids racing bikes and leaving trash. Now, with the gate on order, he was done playing nice. Retaliation came swift and petty. Within days, bogus HOA violation notices flooded his mailbox. One for creating a hostile environment by denying access, another for a visible garbage bin, it was recycling day, and a third for unauthorized landscaping on his own lawn. Alex smelled revenge and started documenting everything. He installed cameras around his property, capturing every suspicious glance and late-night drive-by. The gate installers arrived a week later, their truck rumbling up with heavy steel beams and electronic locks. Alex watched as they dug posts, welded frames, and wired the keypad, the whole process taking hours under the sun. By evening, the gate stood tall and unyielding, a symbol of his resolve. It swung shut with a satisfying clang, blocking the road for good. Victoria wasn't done. She returned with Elias Grant, a supposed easement assessor she'd hired, trailing behind her like a reluctant sidekick. Elias poked around, checked surveys, and finally shrugged. "No easement here," he declared. "This is private land, clear as day." Victoria's eyes blazed. She accused Alex of tampering with records before huffing away, defeated but seething. Things escalated into outright harassment. Eggs splattered the new gate one night. Cameras caught the culprit, the son of a board member, smirking as he hurled them. Then his mailbox was bent crooked, trash dumped on his lawn. Alex's blood boiled. This wasn't just petty, it was criminal. Soon after, a notice arrived for an emergency HOA compliance hearing. "Disrupting community harmony," it read. The hearing was a circus in the community center, packed with nosy neighbors and a smug board. Victoria led the charge, accusing Alex of selfishness, claiming his gate isolated families and devalued homes. Alex fired back, projecting his camera footage on a screen, the vandalism, the threats. "This is harassment," he shouted. "You're abusing power because I won't let you trespass." The room erupted in murmurs, some shocked, others defensive. When they dodged his questions on legality, Alex slammed his folder down and walked out, filing a complaint with the county ombudsman that night. He hired Jordan Blake, a sharp land use attorney, who reviewed everything and nodded grimly. "This borders on extortion," Jordan said. "We'll fight it." The HOA upped the ante, filing to rezone Alex's road as a green corridor for public use, essentially forcing an easement. It was a blatant power grab, controversial as hell. Neighbors whispered about favoritism, how the board funneled funds to pet projects while ignoring real issues like crumbling sidewalks. Alex countered with surveys, satellite imagery, and witness statements, rallying support door to door. He uncovered horror stories, overzealous fines bankrupting widows, rigged elections. A coalition formed, uneasy but united against the board's tyranny. Harassment intensified. A suspicious white van idled outside his house for hours. Mulch was dumped in his driveway at dawn. An anonymous voicemail hissed threats of consequences. Alex's heart raced. Was this just intimidation or something darker? Paranoia set in, but he pressed on. The zoning hearing was explosive, held in a stuffy county hall under fluorescent lights. The HOA presented slick slides with forged petitions, claiming overwhelming community support. Victoria testified with feigned sincerity, painting Alex as a greedy outsider. But Jordan dismantled it all, evidence of harassment, doctored signatures, neighbors denying they ever signed. The zoning officer's brow furrowed, grilling Victoria until she stammered. Fraud allegations flew. The room gasped as Jordan revealed padded expense reports, hinting at embezzlement. "This isn't about a road," Alex declared, voice thundering. "It's corruption." Jordan forwarded the dossier to the prosecutor's office. Warrants followed HOA records seized in a dawn raid that had the neighborhood buzzing. Whispers turned to outrage. $30,000 missing. Fake invoices for consultants who were bored relatives. It was a scandal, exposing how the HOA operated like a mafia, squeezing residents for control. The fallout was swift. Neighbors launched a recall vote, petitions circulating like wildfire. Victoria resigned in disgrace. Her reputation shattered amid rumors of kickbacks. The zoning bid was denied, with the board barred from targeting Alex's property again. An audit confirmed the financial mess. Cases forwarded to white-collar crimes. Arrests came next. Victoria and cronies charged with fraud, misuse of funds. Plea deals ensued, but the damage was done. Careers ruined, families torn. New leadership emerged. Sofia Ramirez as president, Marcus Hale as mediator, vowing transparency with open meetings and audits. The neighborhood exhaled, balance restored. Alex got thanks from unexpected quarters. Emma Thompson baked lemon bars, admitting she'd been too scared to speak up before. The zoning board even requested his files for training on homeowner rights, turning his ordeal into a cautionary tale. In the end, Alex filed away his evidence as resolved, adding a community notice board by his gate. The structure stood not just as a barrier, but a reminder: boundaries must be defended, especially against those who abuse power. The community thrived anew, built on trust earned through fire, proving that one person's stand could topple tyrants and spark real change.